Try to skip the accent.
Okay.
Just as you would just place the hand.
Okay.
See the incense going from one side to another, swinging slowly. Welcome back to Organist Launchpad, brought to you by Royal Canadian College of Organists. Together with Maria, we're examining some Tournemire's improvisational techniques in his office of the Assumption from Orgue Mystique. And we're going to be looking at the second movement of this office. So the second movement is performed after the conclusion of the offertory chant, and it's based on the chant Assumpta est Maria. So let's just play this piece. Great, thank you very much. So let's do something very similar what we did in the first movement. So first, I would like you to find the chant melody.
I'm assuming it's these.
Yes. So what's different than what he did in the first movement compared to this one?
He doesn't harmonize the chant.
Exactly. So he exposes it to perhaps point out at the purity of the chant, that it's played in unison, there's no other voices. So he really highlights the chant in this movement. And when you see ad libitum, he says that a lot, or at the beginning, senza rigore. But specifically the ad libitum part, what do you feel like interpreting it, like that specific part?
I feel like I should try to be like the human voice singing that chant.
Exactly, that's a great point. But also try to find a balance between the first section and the actual chant, where you're basically free to go in whatever tempo you would like, so to speak. But you can't really play it. Like whatever you feel that it's correct in that moment. So you have to find a balance between the previous section and connect it to the next section.
Okay.
So why don't we play the first part leading to the chant? Let's just say if you can start from here.
Okay.
So that when you're playing the previous section, you're thinking about the chant, how fast it's probably going to go.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's great. And you also see that under the notes, you have dynamic expressions, right? So you have the hairpins, and it also points out that the way a choir would sing it, right? You crescendo towards the middle of the phrase, you decrescendo towards the end of the phrase, and he's doing that here, so that you don't even though you can open the box, yes, but you can also adapt the tempo to it. You go slower. And slow down, and then again you start where you finished, and you get more intense and close in again. So you can really try to sing it along as you're playing it, but it's so much better. Great. Let's go back to the beginning and try to isolate the pedal and right hand. So don't play the left hand and just play from the second bar, just the pedal and right hand.
Sorry.
Okay, great. So now the right hand kind of starts out of nowhere, right? It doesn't start on a downbeat, doesn't start on an upbeat, it just comes in. Could I take your seat for a second?
Sorry.
That's okay. We're just trying to achieve a little more of the timelessness, that you're just and as you're listening to it, you don't count. That just feel this motion. And during the offertory, the priest goes around the altar incensing. So just see this motion from one side to another, the pedal line. And then you add to give even more timelessness, that it doesn't have any upbeats or downbeats. Try that. Try to skip the accent.
Okay.
Just as you would just place the hand.
Okay.
See the incense going from one side to another, swinging
Okay.
slowly. Then you achieve a better legato in the pedal too. That's so much better. That's great. Very well done. Now, if we just look at the left hand, how it starts, right? We have 2 notes, 2 notes, 2 notes. And when we're getting to the end of that section, how does it end?
He subtracts.
2 notes, 2 notes, 2 notes, right? So he's basically retracing the path, how he got there, right? So going in the reverse order. So as I said, these chords really evoke the endlessness, because as they appeared, they disappear, and then you have the chant, and it really creates this mystical atmosphere, right? Beautiful. So if we look at the entire movement, it's organized in 4/4, right? But as I said, we have no downbeats. Even when you're playing the chant, it's free, right? So again, it really emphasizes the timelessness, and you can take advantage of it. Okay? That's wonderful. So the next thing we can look at is how Tournemire connects the chant melody, which is quoted on the second page, to the next section. Can you just play, let's say, 5 notes of the chant as the rallentando starts? Yes, that's great. Did you notice what he did with that last note from the chant?
He asks for the registration change and he puts the pause on it.
But the note goes on, right?
Yeah.
So he sustained it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was really his intention, but the thing is, the chant quotation ends in the middle of the word, because it's Assumpta es Maria in che, and then he stops. And lum is here.
Cool.
So he basically sustained that note and used it in the chord to just bring us back to the first section and then continue. In the book Liber Usualis, when you look at the chant, it ends in the first line, that word, che.
Oh.
And lum is on the next line, and there's a breath mark.
Really?
So he really evokes the chant like singing in the piece that you breathe after finishing the chant. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And he basically holds it until then and then continues on. Right? Wonderful. And when we move on to the next page, we can see that the motive in your right hand is ascending, right? We started here. Then on the second page, we started here, but then move on here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the third page starts here already. So he is, again, the text of the chant is Asubta is Maria. Mary is taking to heaven, ascending, right? So even though it's not the chant melody here, but the accompaniment is ascending from here to there, across those 3 pages. So he's really trying to portray the event of the Assumption, right?
Okay, cool.
And we can really see the close connection between the theme of the day and how he's trying to remind people through his music what we're celebrating today. And that is the whole point of trying to comment on the liturgy, that you're reminding people the Assumption, ascending, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Maria, for your great work on this movement. And join us for our last video, where we will be looking at the third movement of the Office for the Assumption, written by Charles Tournemire. Thank you.